Hi friends, welcome back. So, a subscriber asked me to do a reading about the gossip that's surrounding you, or what are people talking about you. The gossip will be, I guess, something more spicy and secretive that is revolving around your character. And I think we'll have fun with this one. And I know that these types of videos are usually very popular, so yeah. Let's give it a go. For this reading, you have 4 piles, as usual, with 4 stones, 4 crystals, actually. So the first crystal is picture jasper. The second crystal is a sphere of pink quartz. The third pile is linked to a tiger's eye sphere. And the last pile is this clear quartz crystal. Yeah, so it's pretty much simple. I have drawn the cards for each pile. This first card will be the general idea, the gist, or the general energy that is surrounding you on the chapter of the gossip, basically. So take your time and pick your pile. If it resonates, listen. If it doesn't, don't try to fit it for your situation. Maybe pick another pile. You can as well pick multiple ones. That's completely up to you, and see what feels right and listen to your intuition. So let's jump to the first pile. Okay, hello pile number 1. Picture Jasper Stone. So the first card you got, and perhaps this card represents you the most, it is the key card in upright, thankfully. So what I want to say that the immediate message I got with this card is successful. People must talk about you behind your back, and the gossip is that you are successful. Maybe that you are having a lot of money, or if it's not about that, then it could be that you have a lot of potential money wise. This could as well be the case with the key card. Not necessarily money, but success can manifest itself as with attention or praise or recommendation. The key in here is twice, because on the left side we've got the selfish, and in reversed is the key. So the funny thing, it feels to me like people have to deserve you. So for you to share your knowledge, energy, presence, whatever it is for you, they have to really earn it. They have to earn their trust. And for some, with the selfish card and the weekend, they might be talking about you that you are taking days off, or that you are living in a very luxury type of lifestyle, or that you really enjoy to relish in your sense of abundance. And this could be more so on the envy side, or people blaming you, saying that you are self-centered, or that you're not sharing, which is quite funny because yeah, none of their business. But what we have in here, I want to say, is we've got the King of Wands. And with the King of Wands, this could mean several things. Because this is a male, it could be the case that, the person who's watching may be a male, or not necessarily, but you could embody some qualities of the King of Wands. Meaning that the King of Wands is a very determined person, someone who's very passionate, fiery, as well as goal-oriented, and overall very active towards fulfilling their idea of success, what they want to create. So this card comes up to me as a manifestation card, like you actively participating in your life. And as well, I saw in here a potential for someone calling you really bashing, or don't get in my way type of energy, so like even so with the key card and selfish, don't get in the way of my success. So you could be treating people lightly, or at least if you're not, and this is because we've got in here the Five of Cups, so things can seem this way but not necessarily be the case. And some assessments of people can be quite surface level, and they could buy into that surface level information that they might presume or project upon you. So yeah, I just wanted to say that with the Lovers card, you are very agreeable in general, even if some people might seem or think about you as being very difficult. You actually, if you are like in good terms with a person, then things go really smoothly. Um, let's see. So I wanted to say that in here with the Five of Cups, there seems to be like surface level. If you have maintained this facade, then people really believe it. Like if it's not necessarily the reflection of what's happening, you could have made a very good job at presenting yourself. And I'm hinting towards the fact that this is truly like a superpower, or you have taken care of this part of how I present myself to the world, and this comes as a usual component. So component. So I think this is a nice skill to have, um, even if some things are not as what they seem. I think as well with the Lovers card, what I want to say is there is this card talks about decisions and decision making. I think that this pile as well could be at the crossroads, or people perceive you as being like in this energy of activity or deciding your fate in life and stuff like that. And there is lots of, like for this pile, there is lots of curiosity, gossip. Like this is not like treat me lightly type of pile. It seems to me like many are discussing you with a sun card in here, with a small like sun card. Um, People might be saying or might be perceiving that you are like in the spotlight. You could be very well discussed, and with the full card, it seems like there is a gap between you and this activity. So that means maybe you're not as interested in gossip, maybe you're not as interested in finding out things like these, or they are not necessarily impacting your life. That means most likely you might stumble across this reading and be like at least curious about what's happening in here. So but it doesn't define you. That's what I was trying to hopefully say. Okay, let's see what else. Seven of Swords. So it is in reverse, so it seems to me like people have to know you better, because they might be misjudging you, underestimating you. Page of Wands could be, for this case, that you've got lots of people interested in you, but somehow you are like either gatekeeping or not letting them into your life, or keeping yourselves like to yourselves in a way. And the Page of Cups in reverse. So it feels to me like for this pile, like I value my peace, I value my own like well-being, and I would much rather be like centered around what's working, like concentrated on the things that work, and not so much like be um, involved in drama, gossip, empty words and stuff like that. So you could be someone who's very like focused around their idea of what I want to bring to this world, what I want to bring to myself, and not so much like interested in what's actually being told about you. um, I get in here that you could be regarded as being very much very smart. And because this Five of Cups, it's like not the usual type of level of smart, you know. This could be deep level smart. That means, for example, you could have thought through some subjects that people would treat very lightly. For example, you might have explored some philosophical topics that people usually don't stop to think of. And you might have very established opinions about these, established opinions about pretty much a lot. But somehow like you keep to yourself. So it feels to me like this pile is like deep and not what they seem, or the success that you give off could be like earned in a very serious way. So Five of Cups, it could be the case of someone who's working in life towards achieving that level of I've been there, I've done that, and I have taken the experience out of it. So yeah, I want to say with the Six of Wands, the gossip is really powerfully positive. And yeah, I guess keep it up, because people in here are really delighted and happy. Some people are even happy about the things that you are pursuing. Some are envious. um, yeah. With the last card in here from the right side, Trust the Eagle in reverse, I want to say that maybe people regard you as being very cold, maybe, or even detached, you know. Or as I said, with the especially with the Four of Swords. So this could be not trusting people, not letting them really close, um, testing them sometimes to a very exaggerated degree. Or with the Fool in reverse, this could be the case of someone who's testing the waters, or trying to see what's happening so that I can like see what do I do next with this relationship. So lots of facades in here. Pick how it resonates for you specifically, but there is a reluctance in here to get people closer, or this doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's just something that I'm picking on. Okay, let's see next. What's next? The Eight of Cups in reverse. So, interestingly enough, this could be a energy of being fixated upon things, or really being vigilant, or funnily enough, I said like you could not necessarily be defined by the gossips, but at a deeper level, or let's say to a more like unconscious degree, you can actually be quite concerned, or actually really interested in what people think and how do they really perceive you. This Eight of Cups is most likely like the situation where someone is going far and they are looking back. This is the energy for this pile as well. So I guess that's quite interesting. There could be the case of someone in here from this pile, or the majority of being like single, lonely. There is a barrier in here, like this could be the case of someone pursuing their idea of success and really being afraid that if they are going to hang out with the wrong people, they are going to be like not as successful, or somehow this idea of success is making you fear that maybe you're not going to let people close because they will try to profit off of you. So yeah, we have here a new start is coming in reverse. So I could say this pile is very stubborn, and people might say that you are stubborn or fixed in your ways. It could be the case of someone as well who's very opinionated, who will pursue what they said they will to the ends of the world, and most likely will not listen to other people's opinions. This is not necessarily a bad thing. I'm just saying for you to even things out, balance them out, because yeah, this pile would benefit from like connecting to people, but finding ways to do that, finding the ways in which you're not going to be sabotaged by as a result of doing so. So yeah, there is a huge gap in here. Like I feel a gap of me with myself and me with the other world, like with the other people, other world. Why did I say that? So you'd benefit from really trying to lessen or bridge that gap between you and people, and finding ways in which you can actually live the truth, that you can be both successful and connected to people. Maybe this pile is suffering from lack of trust, and I don't blame you, because that's very relatable actually. But yeah, these two, like being popular, maybe being successful, and being connected, these two can coexist in a way. But yeah, in which way and how you're going to go about doing this is completely personalized. And lastly, I wanted to add to this reading that many people find you as being very resourceful, and it seems like this pile has been through a lot of experiences, maybe of crisis, maybe of like you are trying to build something right now into your life which you previously thought is like this pile went through the opposite of what they are trying to build right now, and with this new start is coming in reverse. I believe and I feel for this pile is like many find you to be very experienced or knowledgeable, or yeah, that's the definitely like very tested, like pile tested by life type of thing, and it's really hard to get in your friend list for some reason. Like that's what I'm feeling. So I guess that was all for the gossip for the first pile. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please like, comment and subscribe, and I really hope to see you in my next videos. Take care, stay safe, bye. Hello, pile number 2. You have the pink quartz sphere, and the central card is bouquet. So yeah, that's interesting. You have as well experiment and villager. So I think people are gossiping about some recent event, either it be like a celebration of sorts. Maybe this pile's birthday was of course this doesn't, like, I'm sure this will not resonate with everyone, but this could be about a celebration. So the bouquet card is all about, like, in this context, you give flowers at a birthday or at an event, so people might be talking about you in the context of a recent event. With the villager card, I want to say that this pile is perceived as being very hardworking, dedicated, and oriented towards like making something happen, but from zero foundation. So you could be like seen in a very beautiful way, specifically in the context of, this person is self-made. This person um, has raised themselves, has given themselves all the steps necessary to achieve what they have achieved right now. There is lots with the bouquet. There is lots of praise and surprise, and even like shock for some reason. Like this comes to me as a success as well. Some people might be actually counting your money. Some people actually could be really trying to find, study and understand how you achieved what you have achieved, which is quite interesting because, this pile as well, this maybe will be for some of you, but because we've gotten here the Queen of Cups in reverse and the King of Cups in reverse, some people might be discussing your recent breakup, or, you know, I'll not lie, this pile feels to me like someone has broken up, and this has become a little bit of a public discussion situation about your case. And because we've gotten here the Two of Cups, the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands feels to me like you are like separating, for example, from a loved one, or in the present moment like an ex. And the Hermit mode is as well about like loneliness, and this could be the case of people talking about you as being really dedicated. And I've seen them being dedicated in this relationship, and now that they are like single, they are going to be so much focused on like their idea of work. And now that this energy from the relationship has freed itself, now they are going to invest in their life. And with the Ten of Wands, it feels to me like people could say that you were overly committed to a situation or to this relationship. And with the Knight of Pentacles, maybe you were even too committed, like even more so than this person was. And it feels really sad, but it feels to me like this pile could have dealt with a person who is very toxic, or who was only taking and creating a very one-sided relationship. That's what I feel. And Four of Swords is a very like stagnant card, so people might say that you're like putting an end to this like unsuccessful relationship, and that you're finally going to be free, like you're finally going to be feeling much less responsible. Of course, with the Villager, this hardly is the case for this pile, because it feels to me like this energy will go somewhere else and you're going to feel hyper responsible, but this time for another sector or area of your life. Yeah. With the Hermit, they could say that you're alone and that you're thinking about your options, and you could as well feel to people that you're really lonely. And the Emperor in reverse. So I feel like the person, like if this is your case with the Page of Cups reversed, this could have been a very high expectation from your end relationship, but the person proved themselves to be the Page of Cups. And this is a very not so serious card for relationships. And as well with the Emperor in reverse, even if this person is at the same age with you, or it could be that maybe if they are even like older than you psychologically or relationship wise, they, I don't believe, manifested the necessary traits for you to feel comfortable or whole in a relationship where the exchange is equal and the give and receive exchange is actually balanced. Yeah, so I feel like for some reason for this pile, this became the center table discussion for them, and for like about you basically. And what else I can say from, let's approach this from a more positive side, because really I don't like to be focused only around this relationship situation. With the Experiment card, you could be very innovative. You could be focused around improvement. You could be very active as well. And yeah, because one's energy in here, lots of fire sign could be, but doesn't have to. I feel like specifically for this pile, if you're not, as I said, like if you're not invested necessarily in a relationship or you're not working on it, then this fiery energy or this motivation is going somewhere else. But somehow you being alone is not very natural to you. So what I got as well from the Knight of Pentacles, really long-term and hard-working card, and in the combination of the villager as well. This is hinting to me at the fact that, you are being regarded as someone who's very serious and powerfully in the powerfully respected in the sense of like activity and, yeah, dedication, commitment. This is all about you basically, and people are like seeing that and really commending that, but for some reason like they are pretty sad because with this Nine of Wands, like, you have managed to bruise yourself because of these experiences with this relationship, and with the Queen of Cups especially, because out of every single card, court card specifically, we got the Cups, Queen, and the King of Cups. So this feels to me like emotionally you could have been in a low space, and this individual as well, but yeah, not talking about them necessarily. If you're wondering, yeah, they were impacted deeply by this as well. So it feels to me like this pile, or either this is universally the case, or people are talking about this, is that maybe you're trying to find fulfillment, love, and satisfaction, but you're seeking them in the wrong ways, or you're seeking them in the wrong places. So this could be the case of someone seeing you as very goal oriented and success oriented, but not because necessarily that's genuinely what you want to do, but this is because you actually want to feel better, or that you want to like avoid feeling something negative. And this energy comes about with the idea that this pile can be suffering from workaholism, or dedicating themselves to something with such an extent, that to such a degree that it almost seems desperate, or that you're like running away from something, or running away from your feelings. And if it's not work, and if it's not success, money, whatever, uh, hard work, then this could be the case that you are basically going headfirst in relationships and trying to find that let me feel better in the context of the relationships. I think this pile has to do a lot of introspection and find ways in which they can feel authentically happy, independently from the circumstances where they were like placed. And what else I want to say in here with the have faith in your dreams in reverse. I would look out for this mentality of you making things more complicated than they already are, simply because you want to fuel this feeling of, I am doing something and I'm struggling, and therefore, I extract like virtue out of the idea that I have invested like um, energy and sweat into this, and therefore, like, I can feel proud at the end of the day. So I would look out for this shadow manifesting itself in the idea of like doing more, and doing more in the sense of complicating things, just to feel like you have struggled, and therefore you have now successfully been praised by other people or by yourself, that you have done something worthy. So I'd look out for that, and I would seek out ways in which I can ameliorate the situation, where I don't transform every task into some sort of medal that I offer myself for the struggle I went through. So this talks about simplification, and sometimes this pile seems like the case of like professionalism, but pushed to such a degree that is actually a little unhealthy. That means like, you know, painting process. Let's say let's talk about that. So you could be painting something out of sheer like excitement, but then you can like and really feel better about this, like really love the process versus basically painting and trying to make it so correct and ideal in a sense, that you have lost the drive and the passion along the way. So this could feel to me like a situation where, for example, you push too hard, and at the end of the day, you may ask yourself, was it really worth it? And was it actually worth the suffering, the situation you went through, or you could have made things more simpler? You know, I would look out for that. And I don't know, maybe you've heard about the ego's identification, and in this case, could be that your identity has been like let's say, let's assume this, that your ego might have identified itself with a persona of working hard, making things um, more complicated than they are, and extracting, as I said, virtue or praise or recognition out of that. And if maybe we go deeper, if you're doing that out of like lack of self-confidence or self-worth, then I would redefine those qualities and separate my idea of like self-worth and the things I do. And maybe for this pile, life will become much more pleasant, much more livable, and so much more about the experience and living in the present moment rather than making plans and exhausting yourself along the way. Um, some people, like for this pile as a gossip, might say that you need a break or a vacation, and yeah, that you shouldn't be working so much. That's what I feel basically. And yeah, you deserve it because yeah, you've gotten here Anna, the grandmother of Jesus. This card fell in the contexts where it felt to me like the person could not ground, or maybe you would benefit from grounding. Or the case for you may be that, you'd benefit by setting aside the actions and actually thinking and feeling your way through the situation and finding the greater truth. Lots of introspection, and maybe with the hermit mode and a hermit card and the surrounding circumstances around your life, maybe you would benefit the most out of engaging in that sort of activity right now. Finding the root cause, going to the depths of your personality, of your identity, and seeing, um, basically digging and finding the authentic you. So that was all for your pile, second pile, pink words. I hope it resonated for you. If you did, please comment, like, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I really hope to see you in the future. Take care. Bye. Hello and welcome to your reading pile number 3. You chose the Tiger's Eye. And I want to say, this pile strikes me as being very much, very intense. And I don't know what zodiac signs aside from Scorpio exude that same level of intensity, but I just thought I would mention that. Um, the central card for this reading for you will be the Garden, and somehow the gossip or what are people talking about you, they see you as very reasonable, sociable, polite, diplomatic, and really fun to have interactions with. And but this is surface again, like this seems to me like this is surface level. The next cards you got is the eager, the obnoxious, and pencil. So first off, I took the obnoxious card and I was like, okay, how do we bring that in the context of the reading, and saw the other cards and I was like, this is perfect, took the pencil card out, and yeah. So it feels to me like with the eager, like this intensity that I'm talking about, for some with the obnoxious card, people are saying that you're too much, but simply because they are not ready, or that they are not used to this type of intense energy. With this expect powerful change, I want to say that people regard you as being very mysterious or very powerful in a sense, or magnetic. And that is very Scorpio type of vibes. And with obnoxious as well, this could mean that people might be feeling intimidated, or that they are like eagerly discussing you, seeing you as being very like people who got you on the surface level and started being in close proximity for longer periods of time, saw that you were actually very complex and very demanding of sorts. Like it feels to me like you either demand a lot of respect, attention, or something like this, and people are usually not used to seeing that. This is the opposite case of a gray person, someone who's indeterminate, just like everyone else. No, this pile is definitely someone very, very different and standing out from the crowd type of energy. Nine of Cups could be very much defined boundaries, or people were like, or are in general, wondering about your life, about the details, about how you live, what money you make, with whom you are in relationship with, stuff like that. And it feels to me like you could be very private and like gatekeeping people, not like excluding people in here, like the hermit mode. No, hermit card. Like this is not the case of someone who's alienated. No, this could be the case of someone simply maintaining a level of superficial interaction and just waiting for the right relationships, for the right needs to be brought to the surface, like lots of discernment in here. So it could be that you are really intense and people are talking about the fact that with the pencil and obnoxious, you could be very wise beyond your years type of thing, or know a lot of information. But for your case, it feels to me like you have to be very you have to pick your people with whom you'll share that, because it seems like many will not see you at the core value, at the core base value of who you are and what you present. This feels to me like a very fortunate like situation of someone being like, for example, an artist, but they have to be placed in the right circumstances or interact with the right people so that they can feel appreciated. Otherwise, if you are going to, as an artist, spend a lot of time with people who are not knowing a thing about art or are not appreciative of your craft, then it feels to me like in this case, this is going to be a loss or a lack of appreciation for who you are. So I feel like you have to like keep on and really give the right energy to the right people. So give the right like show yourself, like show your parts, show the right parts of you to the right people. You know, the skills that you appreciate, the talents that you've got, you have to share this with the right people. I will say lots of people are interested, intrigued, and maybe it's because of this mystery or multi-layered like situation type of thing. But with the Four of Wands, I want to say you have to keep a closed circle of people, because lots will be interested, lots will be envious, lots of people will be trying to get to know you, but not because they are genuinely interested, but because they are actually seeking ways in which they want to profit, or they want to know what's actually happening behind the curtain. So yeah, with the Temperance card, I can say that, you know, people regard you as being very balanced, very, as I said, like with the garden, especially in here, very balanced in the sense of, you know, not delving into extremities, Three of Swords reversed, I feel like this could be the case of someone being very mature. Lots of like loneliness came with this card and misunderstood as well. The Lovers in reverse. So lots of singular cards I saw in here, and it feels to me like the struggles in life, you had to go through them, unfortunately, but alone, you know? So this could be the case of someone, as I said, very closely resonating with a Scorpio, but as I said, it doesn't have to be. Simply the life circumstances and the character you exude could very much resonate with that idea, but yeah, quite interesting to be honest. This pile as well hints to me that you could be someone who's very, let's say, on one hand very wise and on the other very experienced. Why? Because with I expect powerful change, I feel like the depths of your being were already explored by you, and with the Three of Swords flipped, I feel like you have already been through the lessons you had to go through. And with the Eight of Pentacles, you know, it's as though you have managed to somehow survive in this hostile like environment, in this life in general. And with the Lovers in reverse, somehow like there is an aspect about this pile feeling like, you know, self-made. I made my life work with or without a relationship. 10 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, like I have chosen my road to abundance, my road to happiness by myself. Or this could be the case of someone really building their life by themselves. 9 of Cups, so that's like I'd rather be alone and with my intact boundaries than with someone who's going to step them all, like really not respect them. I feel like with the 7 of Cups, people might be seeing you as like, we have like high hopes for this person, or we have a very defined image about them, and it's highly unlikely that this is going to change, or the impression you have given to people, it has managed to stick through. And yeah, there is lots of skepticism in this reading. Like you could be, as I said, like someone who might be interacting with a lot of people, especially with the Garden card, because this is a very social card for me. But for some reason, you still keep people at a distance, and that is for good reasons, because, you know, it feels to me like you're sheltering yourselves from betrayal, or sheltering yourselves from failure due to trusting the wrong person. So, funnily enough, with the Awakening, like reversed, it feels like honestly you've been through such things that you now can readily say that you can guide someone else to go through it. And yeah, that's pretty rare to see in a reading. With the energy of the 7 of Pentacles, you know, this is the lack of patience card for me, but you know, it's flipped, and the representation in this deck is quite interesting. So it feels to me like you were at some point tired of waiting, or, you know, I will not seek ways in which I'll try to manipulate other people to make them right for me. So yeah, it feels to me like a situation of sorts, you know, where you decided to rely solely on yourself, or you could be a very like a scientist who experimented with their values, who experimented with their own decisions in life, and, you know, pencil like lots of knowledge, lots of expertise, and the idea of, you know, how do I best decide to live my life that would make me feel happy, that would make me feel content. And with the 10 of Pentacles, I want to say that people really like respect you and see you as someone who had in life lots of opportunities, and they chose the right ones, you know. um, yeah, lots of singular cards, to be honest, like Temperance, like singular in the sense of one character, you know. Awakening shows another person, like one person. 9 of Cups, 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles reversed. So And the Lovers card, you'd see the only like two people cards, the Lovers, which is in reverse, and I feel like this is the case of someone who's single, and the Four of Wands. So this is the only card that hints to me that you could be inviting people, but this is in the context of, the finished product. So that could mean to me that, you could be seeing a lot of people officially at celebrations. This could be family connections. This could be situations where, it is a setup of not, it's not a sincere, actually it's not a sincere setup. So this could be like you could be inviting people into your life when you feel like you want to be praised, for example, or when people praise you, or this could be a sign that you're showing a desire to belong only when you feel successful, or when you specifically feel like you have figured everything out. So this feels to me like a little bit isolating, but it's up to you to decide how you rule and deal with your life. But yeah, like this pile speaks to me like I prevented everything from making me upset or disappointed. Like I was always one step ahead. And this makes sense, especially with the tiger's eye stone, because I remember from one description that this stone is corresponding to the people, or if you want to have this stone, it's benefiting simply because it allows you to see things coming out of like things coming from miles. So that means basically you could foresee things, or you wanted to prevent things. And this could be very much controlling dynamics in here, or establishing a very shady but steady control over circumstances, life, relationships. And this could be of the case of like a mad genius, but at the same time a lonely genius, and I would question that. But you've gotten here respect, you've gotten here recognition, you've gotten here lots of like intrigue, interest, curiosity in this pile. But at the end of the day, maybe I would ask myself, um, what do I do with loneliness, if that's an option for you, of course. But yeah, seven of cups, like in the end of the reading reverse, like I feel like there is not much I can say to this person right now that they don't know, or that they don't or they didn't like think about. So it feels to me like you have already been there, you have already placed your road markers, or you have designed the map for yourself already. And there is nothing much I can like say in here that will much like change your mind. But yeah, people are impressed, but there is like an element of impressed, but what's next? Like, is it worth it? Can we go further? Can we advance to a different interaction where now we can actually invite people? And yeah, but I don't know. It feels to me like you'd reject that for some reason. Very intense cards, to be honest, and some people are really afraid because of the expect powerful change card. Some people might be perceiving you as being very intimidating, or uh, don't touch me because you'll see my bad side and you'll regret it type of energy. Very like warrior type of energy I saw from expect powerful change. Ten of Pentacles. Um, the winner, the winner who went through the struggle to be the first one. Um, yeah, inviting more, I guess, gentleness and care into your life. Not having to survive as much. That's what I'm seeing, honestly. With the Queen of Pentacles, I wanted to say maybe there is a dissatisfaction in this reading with this card and the Eight of Pentacles. So you might be reaching a plateau of material satisfaction or material like abundance, and things could be urging you to now like step into the emotional realm of things, with yourself, with other people, other relationships. Though it feels to me like with yourself you must be as well pretty advanced for some reason. uh, All credits to the Expect Powerful Change card. I don't know why, but it managed to embody a very strong and powerful energy into this reading, especially in this context. Like you could be the center of attention is pretty. Is the word is not the combination of words is not doing the justice. It's more so like leaving a mark and leaving an impression that is long lasting. Like you could be having this impression and on people, and then like time passes and they remember you as being very like they remember you. So the sheer fact that they remember you, this could be already speaking by itself. So that was all pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, like, comment and subscribe, and I really hope to see you in my future videos. Take care. Bye. Hello and welcome to reading pile number 4. So you have the clear quartz card, crystal, and in the center of the reading you've got the scythe card. So what I wanted to say and what I felt about this pile is that with the scythe, you could be the person to be easily expressing their mind or saying what they have on their mind and not being afraid of the consequences. Okay, and it feels to me like with the 9 of swords, people might regard that to be like a bit far off on the scale. So you could be so much like focused around the idea of what's right and wrong that people might be seeing you as very or too much concentrated on that aspect, you know. And the other cards surrounding it, you've got the wise and the lady, and I love that this combination showed up. That means you could be very experienced, wise, knowledgeable, and or and every other quality I mentioned plus intelligent, you know. So that means you could have like very lots of information from different like areas of life or fragmented information from different like spheres and domains of life. So this could be the case of someone who, for example, went on a temporary training and they have managed to extract lots of information from that, and as a result now they have this whole holistic type of approach to knowledge and understanding life from like a more whole perspective, you know. With the wise lady, I want to say that people have a very much like high degree of respect and very much like feel proud, like the people you have that you consider to be close could be very proud of the fact that they are friends with you or that you have met and you're close. I feel like for this pile specifically, there is an element of religion or religiosity in the cards. Doesn't have to be that you are specifically from like religion. It could have been that you were in a religion or you are right now, but this could as well be that you have spiritual beliefs or that you belong to a spiritual like belief system, you know, because I've gotten here the Hierophant and the 9 of Swords again, but this time in upright, and Justice in reverse. So I feel like with the Scythe, with the Justice, you are not afraid to cut people off. You are not afraid to speak your mind, and if people are not on the same boat with your principles, maybe you're most likely are going to cut them off, keep them at a distance, and not engage with them, you know. That's what I felt with Justice as well. 9 of Swords and Hierophant. This could be about you having a very distinct and concrete like code of moral like elements that you go by and you respect, and you expect people from your close proximity to be on the same page on that. I would like to say that people highly love, respect, and see you as an example because of this maybe stubbornness a bit on pursuing things as being like right. But I'll not lie, this wisdom, information did not come to you at like a small price, because as I was shuffling the cards, I got the strength card. First upright, then reverse, then again upright, and I was like, okay, then this card will have like an undefined status in this reading. But I feel like this pile went through a lot, and this is not smooth sailing for you, even if you have managed to like have this like present moment experience and knowledge and respect from people. The struggles you have gone through could have been the Five of Pentacles, and by the way, people might be very much aware of the struggles you went through despite you wanting or not to share them. A Five of Pentacles could be financial struggles, Four of Cups could be mental health struggles, and because they are so close, this could mean to me that you were impacted, meaning that either your mental health influenced your finances, or at some point finances influenced your mental health, or vice versa, and so on. So this could be the case of someone who grew up having very little, and being in this like energy saving mode, especially with money, with resources, and this could have influenced or had an impact upon you in the future or in the present moment as we speak. With the Knight of Wands, this could have had like serious consequences on your energy levels. You might have felt like with this Four of Cups that, you know, this is a depression card, so this could be the case of you being more like, I don't know what to do, and there is lots of struggle, and this is more so the loved ones are seeing and understanding what you're going through, but maybe you don't like this to be a very defining trait of yours, like you having gone through things. I feel like the setbacks with the Hanged Man in reverse had to happen because they contributed to your personality and who you are. With the Three of Wands, I feel like still you have a lot to learn, but with the Strength card, it's all orchestrated. Like you don't have to worry about it, but it's like a journey. It's like a journey of, softening, because the Knight of Cups is a very dreamy card. The Knight of Cups is like having high dreams, like not high dreams. Oh my God. Having lots of dreams, dreaming big, and expanding your idea of what you want, and giving it a more unrealistic tint to it. But it being in reverse, I feel like the life circumstances forced you to be very serious, to be very determined on making things work right here and right now, and it feels to me like you didn't have the necessary like pauses and the times for you to be dreamy. And you've got, I want to say in here that all of this has led you to have this leap card, which signifies to me the connection to the universe or source. People might believe and feel like you are really lucky, or that in life you are somehow like carried through and being taken care of, because you've got this like, you go first, the universe will catch you. Like somehow the struggles you went through were all like a road towards God. For some reason, I feel like this is the case. I want to congratulate this pile for the respect they got from the moral code they had, and sticked. I don't know if that's the word. Like you kept on believing in that. Like even if life showed you that it is not the right circumstances, as though you went through some tests, and I don't know who specifically you are, but you can very much share with the world the information and the knowledge that you possess with this Hierophant. It being by, for example, writing books, or maybe presenting your information online, or podcast, like whatever the means to expressing your knowledge and wisdom is for you, this is the best option. Like you seek ways and venues in which you're going to provide this knowledge and information to the world, and the rest, I believe, is going to be taken care of. As I was actually looking, I saw this Hanged Man, and this is like a very playful card in this deck, and I want to say that, you know, people regard you while being very serious. You have your humorous and light side, you know, and people are really enjoying it and would like to see that more, because it feels like when you open up and are a little bit more silly and less serious, you're actually really warm and cute. That's like the word that wanted to go into the reading and show itself up. Um, yeah, so there is like very rough energies, and I feel like the gossip on you is like people trying to make somehow like, I don't know why make amends came up, but yeah, that's like, but it felt to me like you have to soften up, you have to be more gentle with yourself. You have to learn to live, but not from the idea of survival. You don't have to live from the idea of, you know, life has to be a struggle. I have to find ways in which I will thrive in extreme circumstances. No, it's more so about the joy of living and letting yourself live more, because the Nine of Swords in this regard, it could be that some beliefs of yours could be inhibiting you. Some beliefs of yours could be leading towards you living a very tight life, or the gossip in general about you for this pile could be the case that people see you as too serious, you know, too wise for some reason. Like, let them go, like, let them be a little bit more silly, a little bit more easy in life, you know. That's what I'm getting in here. So, yeah, I feel like this pile is a very distinct, like, having a very distinct case and message in here for this reading, and like I can't go in any other ways to express like what I see. Some people, in regards to the gossip thing with the scythe card and justice and nine of swords reversed, are really careful and saying like, please be careful with that person, or being very sly and trying to find the best possible approach to you, or try to pursue you in a way that is going to best serve them to um, come close to you and approach you in such a way that they can be considered like, you know, I can trust this relationship. So I would be really attentive towards that. I would be looking out for the cunning, like very sly and shady individuals who try to infiltrate into your life. And yeah, that's with the Three of Wands. I wanted to add in here that, you know, Three of Wands in this representation and the Nine of Swords upright, you have to let go and find ways to detach or to question your beliefs, to question the logic and the reason behind why you invested in them, and find beliefs that are more so cohesive towards you living a more positive and happier life, not one that is dictated by some rules that you have imposed upon yourself. Some information as well that just came through is with the wise lady combination of cards, people are as well really careful to see and to like really reluctant to show everything like to you, because they feel like you're going to successfully read them, and they are like very like trying to be really careful about their words, behavior. For some this could be even body language, voice tonality. So I don't know who you got in here at this level. So like, but for some reason I saw like someone tried to profit off of you with the strength card in here. um, they try to do that in a way that is going to be unseen, but yeah, I guess it didn't work. Or there is as well an element of caution that I saw in here. It's basically very much tied to the cards. I have just said like the Scythe card in the beginning, and it's like a reluctance to connect with you, a reluctance to, it's like afraid, like people are afraid to be criticized by you, or that you keep people at a distance because some might perceive you as being like a little bit too much, or too judging, or too like, this person, they have like such an intricate like belief system, or they have such an intricate like list of principles that I'm afraid that I'm not perfect enough for them. And this is basically what I saw. Very strong cards as well. Few cards that indicated like emotion, and few cups card. Yeah, it's all about softening you up, inviting more gentleness towards yourself, self-love, and seeing how you can integrate that into your life. But of course, this is your life to live, and you decide for yourself what you're going to adjust and change. That was all for your reading pile number 4. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If it did resonate, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I really hope to see you in the future. Bye!